We're here with head coach Dan Puckhaber for our weekly video chat. Coach, great start to the season. Now Liberty League games start. Can you assess the first three games and tell us how you're preparing differently for Liberty League games?
We look at the first three non-league games as our preseason. Our goal is to make sure that by the time we hit week 4 or league play, we're going to be competing at our highest level. It's about getting some guys in the games to doing some things that they may not have done before, finding out who your players are. But after our first 3 games, I don't know if we could have wrote the story any better.
Defense, obviously getting a lot of the headlines of 3 straight shutouts, but we all know it's a team effort. Who are some of the players that are, getting quietly having a good season this year?
I mean, defensively, when you're able to shut out 3 opponents back to back to back like that, it's pretty special just on that defensive part. I think we're doing a really good job special teams wise. I think we're able to win the field possession battle in most of the games that we've been in. And then when we do get backed up or in a tough situation for our defense, they've made plays. Now defensively, some of the quiet guys that are making plays have stepped up this year. I think Scotty Aarons at one of the safety spots is playing exceptional football right now, making a lot of plays. As a junior, he's on the field last year a little bit, so it's not his first time on the field. He's a little bit more comfortable. Ryan Byrne inside next to Kyron Brown-Wallace has been doing an excellent job of being really disruptive. And then the other guys are the guys that we expect to be making plays. The other guys on the defensive line are the linebackers. They're doing some things, and then quietly our corners are just shutting down quarterbacks, whereas if you're not a truly accurate quarterback, you're going to have a hard time completing passes on us.
Let's talk a little bit about RPI. They're one of the top teams in the Liberty League. What can we expect from this matchup?
RPI is going to be a very well-coached team. They have a nice big staff with a lot of experience. Coaches down there, you can see are really stressing the fundamentals. You don't see busts or broken plays with them. They're really good on special teams. They're going to compete really hard. I just look at how they cover kicks, how they on special teams and on punt block. You can kind of see just how into it they are, and they're bringing effort 100% of the time. You're going to see them this year that they graduated the quarterback from last year, so they're running the ball a little bit more on offense, which is going to give us a little bit more of a challenge defensively, just because they're going to be coming out with a lot of different formations. And I mean, their head coach is their offensive coordinator. He's one of the best in the business. So it'll be a good challenge for our defense. Defensively, their defense coordinator, former head coach at University of Chicago, smart guy with a lot of experience. So they have some people. Last year they shut us out in the second half, so the challenge is there for us offensively as well.
Let's talk about our offense a little bit. Compared to the last couple of years, maybe a little bit more balance. Talk about our offense this year.
I think this year, especially with who our quarterback is, we're able to call a little bit more run plays. For me, calling plays, I don't really look at I got to be balanced, or that's what I'm trying to do. My goal is when I call plays is I want to put the ball in my best player's hands. And Mike Leffelbein last year set every passing record here, so I called more pass plays because that's what we were better at. This year, with the growth of Rod Payne, with the offensive line, with both the quarterbacks, Sean Richardson and Nick Frainer, having their mobility, being able to get out in space a little bit and be an extra runner, another weapon on the field has really helped us out. At the same point, I think teams are starting to realize just how special our outside receivers are. Mitch Gallagher and Vinny Ferraro are 2 of the best receivers in this league. Especially when Mitch is that size that he is, I can put him as a tight end, as a slot receiver, as a number 1 receiver, and he can do some really, really damaging things.
Let's talk about you a little bit. You're 3 games into your head coaching career. Is everything going as you expected, or would you change anything to start your career?
I sure as heck didn't expect to be sitting 3-0 with those 3 wins coming at 118-0 score. There's a new challenge every day. The good thing is that I surrounded myself with really smart people that bought into the vision that I'm asking them to do. And then the guys have believed in me, and they're practicing extremely hard. We're doing more condo right now, and the guys are excited for it. And when the whistle blows to end practice, they seem a little depressed. And when you have guys like that that are that driven, It makes my job easy. Now it's one game at a time, and that's how we look at it. It's RPI's up, and that's all our focus is on right now. And for me, now that league play started, a couple more restless nights than we have had in the last couple weeks.
Thanks very much, Coach. Good luck this weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Kelly.